Welcome to an in-depth review of Moon Mystery, a first-person adventure shooter set on the desolate, mysterious surface of the moon. Moon Mystery invites players into a sci-fi storyline packed with action, exploration, and mysteries to unfold, and in this review, we'll break down all the major aspects of the game. Let's dive in.
Rocky spent hours researching in those stations around.
In Moon Mystery, you step into the boots of astronaut Sam Walker, stranded on a lunar expedition and anxiously awaiting rescue. Following the disappearance of his teammate, Sam embarks on a journey to uncover a deeper mystery, guided by his AI assistant, Toby. After a sudden shocking transmission from Earth reveals an impending catastrophe, Sam finds himself as the only person who can prevent this tragedy. His journey unfolds across space and time, pushing him to piece together clues that could save humanity.
I'm sorry, Sam.
Moon Mystery leans heavily on exploration and puzzle solving, with a touch of combat. Most of your time will be spent navigating the lunar landscape and investigating abandoned facilities. The puzzles are generally straightforward, mostly revolving around unlocking pathways, activating black hole systems, or piecing together clues found along the way. They're not overly challenging, but they do add a nice rhythm to the gameplay, giving players a mental break from the tense atmosphere. Movement on the moon's surface feels awkwardly fast. While actions like platform jumping are lengthened to mimic lunar gravity, the overall pacing still fails to authentically capture the true sensation of the moon's low gravity. However, there's an interesting place where exists gravity switch mechanism that transforms movement dynamics entirely. When moon gravity is activated, you can harness kinetic energy from your weapon's recoil to propel yourself around the environment, adding a thrilling layer of momentum-based navigation. Flip the switch again to revert gravity, grounding you back to your normal movement. The game also introduces vehicle exploration, allowing players to navigate lunar terrain in ground vehicles and even pilot a spacecraft in limited map areas. While the driving controls can feel a bit clunky at times, they're functional enough to accomplish objectives and add a refreshing layer of variety to the exploration experience. Combat in Moon Mystery unfolds through a first-person shooter perspective, giving players access to a range of weapons, including handguns, SMGs, rifles, machine guns, and sniper rifles. These weapons can be unlocked using in-game currency, which is earned from chests or by defeating enemies. Beyond unlocking new weapons, this currency also allows for customization, enabling players to equip attachments and add-ons that modify key stats like damage, accuracy, rate of fire, recoil, and mobility. Certain attachments, such as flashlights, silencers, and muzzle brakes, even introduce new functionalities, enhancing both the tactical depth and versatility of the combat experience. The gun mechanics are simple and don't have the fine-tuned feel of a dedicated FPS. Reload animations and weapon switching are quick and straightforward, lacking the kind of detailed, immersive animation seen in top-tier shooters. This isn't necessarily a flaw, as Moon Mystery focuses more on its mystery and exploration, but it's something to be aware of if you're expecting detailed weapon mechanics. The game includes a weapon inspection feature, accessible by pressing the I key, mirroring the level of polish found in high-budget titles like Call of Duty and Red Dead Redemption 2. This addition allows players to appreciate the intricate artistic design of each weapon, though it lacks the same level of design detail found in those larger titles. The character gains experience and levels up by defeating enemies, with each level awarding ability points. These points can be invested in unlocking new skills, including powerful abilities like power shot, double jump, and slow motion, enhancing combat and mobility options. Additionally, players can develop passive skills that grant permanent boosts to health, damage, and other attributes. Visually, Moon Mystery masterfully evokes the eerie desolation of the lunar surface, capturing the vast, haunting beauty of the outdoors with remarkable attention to detail. The game does a good job of depicting the stark, barren beauty of the moon, with craggy landscapes, dark alien structures, and hauntingly empty spaces.
Rocky and I didn't notice.
However, the stunning outdoor environments are unfortunately overshadowed by the lackluster and uninspired indoor settings. The interior environments, primarily space station settings, feel monotonous and lack distinctive elements, resulting in a bland, repetitive aesthetic that misses the visual intrigue found in the outdoor landscapes. The game's map also feels overly sparse given its size, especially for a title quite focused on exploration elements. Lacking NPCs or side quests, the environments miss opportunities for deeper engagement and world building, serving primarily to guide players toward main objectives rather than offering enriching detours or interactive discoveries.
It's called pop culture.
The sound design in Moon Mystery is serviceable, but doesn't particularly stand out. While there is background music that adds suspense, enhances atmosphere, and makes combat encounters more engaging, there aren't any especially memorable tracks or standout themes that leave a lasting impression. The music and voice acting just exists to complement the gameplay, but it falls short of making a strong impact on its own. This game's strong points are serviceable gunplay. For an indie title, the gunplay performs solidly, holding its own despite a lack of refined animations. Exploration-based gameplay, the inclusion of vehicle exploration brings a touch of excitement to traversal, though the environments feel sparse and lack dynamic points of interest. Weapon attachments, the ability to customize guns with attachments introduces an RPG layer, adding depth to the experience, albeit with a limited selection of options. While the shortcomings are unengaging storyline, although the mystery is initially set up with intrigue, the story fails to deliver a cohesive progression from beginning to climax to conclusion. The lack of compelling development ultimately causes players to lose interest, leaving them detached from the narrative and its resolution. Linear progression, mostly a one-and-done experience, with limited replayability. Clunky vehicle handling, the vehicle controls feel unpolished and sluggish, lacking the responsiveness needed for a smooth experience. Uninspired abilities, while abilities are a welcome addition, most feel unremarkable, often rehashing familiar powers seen in other shooter games, without adding a unique twist. The maps and environments feel barren, it lacking quests, NPCs, or interactive elements to explore, leaving them void of engaging content. Available on Steam for $17.99, Moon Mystery falls into a mid-range indie price point, which feels fair given the quality of the visuals and gunplay. However, if replayability, intriguing story, and exploration depth are high priorities for you, the value might not feel as strong, so a sale could be a good opportunity to pick it up. Moon Mystery is something of a mixed bag. While it showcases strengths in exploration and competent gunplay for its price, it stumbles with its sparse, underdeveloped world. The mystery at the heart of the story, uncovering the truth behind Earth's robot invasion, lacks the depth and intrigue needed to fully captivate players, ultimately failing to build the curiosity that would drive them to seek out answers. The sound design in Moon Mystery serves its purpose, subtly complementing gameplay moments, without leaving a memorable impact. The background audio is adequate but lacks any standout tracks or themes that resonate. Voice acting is minimal, primarily featuring only the main character and an AI companion. With performances that, while serviceable, don't distinguish themselves from other generic story-driven FPS games. There's nothing particularly unique in the voices or dialogue delivery that sets it apart in a meaningful way. I would recommend purchasing Moon Mystery if you have a craving for story-driven FPS games and are running low on similar titles. At a price point of $17.99, it remains a justifiable investment for those seeking a new narrative experience, even if it may not fully meet the expectations of seasoned players. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next review.